Hi, and welcome to this content overview for Heavyocity's Damaged Guitars, our newest instrument featuring the most powerful collection of heavy guitars and deeply sampled cinematic playables that will bring the power of heavy riffs to your tracks. Damaged Guitars is the culmination of a long process of meticulously writing, recording, and producing album-worthy heavy guitar riffs, clean, luscious progressions, deeply sampled, cinematic, processed, playable guitars, as well as featuring a host of transitional elements like guitar bends and squeals. All with matched growling bass layers to provide the full wall of sound. We have also curated a collection of heavy and clean drum loops, individually programmed to match each of the 192 loops to empower you with all of the damaged goodness that Heavyocity can deliver. Let's take a deep dive at the contents of this library. The crown jewels of Damaged Guitars are the heavy guitar riffs, which are a collection of face-melting, head-banging guitar riffs curated with one-of-a-kind collection of legendary guitars, amps, guitar pedals, and studio gear to deliver the most aggressive library of metal guitars. These riffs were recorded in 3 keys, which are reflective of the anatomy of the heavy guitars. Drop D, which is the result of detuning the 6th string of a guitar down to D to give that aggressive, extended range to the otherwise standard guitar tuning. Drop A, a native to some of the heaviest metal styles, comes from taking a 7th string guitar with an additional low B string and detuning that to a low A, resulting in some truly gnarly tones. And lastly, from the deepest depths of evil, the mythical 8-string guitar with a low F-sharp tuning that only a select few have ever dared to wield, laying down some of the nastiest, darkest riffs and grooves. One of the features that sets Damaged Guitars apart is that we have included bass guitar loops to match each and every heavy guitar riff so that you can effortlessly recreate the wall of sound that is so characteristic of hard-hitting heavy metal. These loops are curated in their own banks and can be loaded in their own individual channel so that you can have full control over the sound and its interaction with the heavy guitar riffs. heavy riffs are housed in our loop designer engine, where you can easily select the start time of your loop, as well as adjust individual volume level and panning in the designer page, or access a host of onboard effects in controls like envelope, EQ, filter, drive, gate, and space, all of which can be modulated in real time by assigning them to the macro knob and setting up the macro sequencer for tempo synced modulation. To balance out the heaviness, Damaged Guitars also has a cleaner side in the clean guitars. These are looped musical progressions that we've curated to pay homage to the beautiful and ethereal sounds of lush, clean guitars. These loops are made up of two layers: a clean guitar that sounds pristine and lightly affected, and a clean effects layer, which is made up of rich signal processing like delay, reverb, granular processes, and more. This gives you total control over the blend between the two layers, as well as allowing you to get creative with the process and sequencing of your clean guitars. And like the heavy guitar riffs, these clean guitars have a bass layer to support them. You can load up the Clean Riff Combo Snapshot from the guitar and bass combo folder, where you'll find each layer mapped to its own channel. All of the banks are named and mapped in a way that you can easily find the matching loops by selecting the same number and playing the same key in each octave. Additionally, the guitar blooms take a single-layered clean guitar and introduce a more atmospheric processing through a complex custom effects chain. The results yielded a lush, rich in warm evocative tone, ideal for soundscapes and mood setting. These can be found in their own snapshots called guitar blooms, or added as a bank on your own presets by selecting it from the drop-down menu. To keep Damaged Guitars versatile and flexible, we have included a series of transitions like guitar slides, squeals or pinch harmonics, unison bends using two strings, as well as beefy, aggressive bass transitions. These can be found in their own banks from the drop-down menu on each channel, or as part of transitional menus, which include a selection of slides, squeals, and bends in a single bank, so that you can use them in combination with heavy guitar riffs in the same preset. Or even as multi-instrument combos, featuring guitar and bass transitions, when you need to efficiently sketch out ideas and transition between them, like in the heavy riff combo snapshots. Another useful element that provides additional flexibility are the riff bits, which are small fragments of the heavy guitar riffs, curated in isolation so that you can bridge different musical ideas or create your own sequence from them. These have been produced with a guitar and a bass layer to use in combination with their full loop parents. And similar to the bits, But shorter and more abstract are the chunks, which were recorded and produced to provide little sonic chunks which can add rhythm and connectivity to your musical ideas, also both in guitar and bass components. Damaged Guitar's vast collection of riffs and transitions can be easily navigated in the intuitively structured Snapshots folder. These presets are split into two main categories: single instrument menus featuring only guitar or only bass sounds, or combos where matching guitar and bass banks have already been programmed to get you started. Each of these categories include a curated list of presets that are programmed to suit a wide range of workflows, and they're organized in the following order: heavy riffs, bits, chunks, transitions, and cleans. So whether you prefer to have your sounds in a single preset or rather maximize your real estate by loading your guitar riffs, bass riffs, and transitions on different presets, these snapshots are a great place to start, and since all of the parameters are fully customizable, you can adjust and tweak to your liking. The playable guitar textures are multi-sampled, round-robin guitars with a Heavyocity twist. These have been produced with a cinematic nuance and larger-than-life feel to add instant color to your track. Select from one of the 14 articulations, each representing a unique guitar or sound source, via key switch or clicking on the menu, where they can easily be swapped and programmed to make your own presets. The playable guitar textures is a 3-channel instrument which can all be mixed, solo, muted, or purged from memory to save RAM on your system, as well as assigned to individual outputs for further processing over each individual layer. Channel 1 is the source instrument. Channel 2 is a rhythmic or echoes layer. And channel 3 adds an element of space. The playable Damaged Guitars ships with 24 snapshots that have been curated to give you quick access to a menu of sounds and presets that bring the best of these sources when combined with the powerful built-in effects and functionality of the engine, including envelope control, EQ, filter, a 3-channel mixer, tempo-synced gate, an arpeggiator in the Performance tab, and delay and reverb on the Space tab. The core category gives you quick access to the foundational sounds of the instrument, whereas the textures folder gives you further creative ways to explore the sounds of playable Damaged Guitars. Lastly, we've developed a collection of hard-hitting drum loops that were programmed as a counterpart to the riffs and loops in Damaged Guitars. These loops are housed in the powerful Damage 2 Loop Designer and were curated into two main categories: the heavy drums and the clean drums. Additionally, we have curated a set of snapshots and organized them in a way that mirrors the band names in damaged guitars, so that each clean and heavy riff is matched with its corresponding drum loop in the damaged rock grooves library. As with all of the Heavyocity drum and percussion loops, these rock grooves were produced as full mixes with additional breakout layers with low, mid, and high stems for easy mix and match between different grooves to create your own. To purchase damaged guitars or to check out more tutorials and audio demos, please visit heavyocity.com.